The Brahma Bull, the people's champion, the most electrifying man in sports and entertainment, The Rock. The final boss.
Santa the swing, rock bottom.
Your walking clown emoji.
Come on, boy. Get up, boy.
The Rock is a director of the board of TKO, which means he's your boss. Brother, I don't want that. I want your soul.
Dwayne Johnson or The Rock has always been a very polarizing figure in the WWE. Some people absolutely hate him, some people swear by him, but the one thing that you can't say is that he isn't entertaining. His most recent run over the past year, I think, perfectly encompasses what The Rock is, and that's what we're gonna dive into today's video, understanding the final boss.
But where we're at right now, where the mana runs strong, just as sure as The Rock is covered in chills already.
So to understand The Rock's current character, we have to jump back to 2024.
Should The Rock sit at the head of the table?
Now, there's three key things you need to know to understand why this promo was so polarizing. Number one, due to reasons, Vince McMahon decided to sell the WWE to TKO Holdings in a merger with Endeavor. One of the key beneficiaries of this deal was Dwayne Johnson, who got $41 million in stock. He got full rights to his name, The Rock, from WWE, and he was named director of the board at TKO. Number two, the other thing you have to understand is that The Rock hadn't been fully involved in the WWE since 2013. Of course, he's come back every now and then, but it's just for a segment here or a segment there. But for him to be fully involved in a storyline, this hasn't happened since 2013. And in 2013, he fought John Cena in the WrestleMania main event, which, you know, might tie in later. Leading up to 2024, a big-time match between him and Roman Reigns was teased on several occasions, and apparently, according to The Rock himself, it was pretty much set in stone for WrestleMania 39 until some things got in the way.
The Rock headlining WrestleMania with Roman Reigns, SoFi Stadium, that was locked.
What?
We were.
No way.
We were doing it.
The third thing which you need to understand is that since The Rock wasn't able to commit to WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes became the headliner, and the story they told between him and Roman Reigns was fantastic. It's now regarded as one of the best WrestleMania storylines of all time, and WrestleMania 39 was an excellent main event, and the build up to it was great. Cody's mission upon returning to the WWE was very clear. He wanted to win the championship that his father, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, never won. After a devastating loss at WrestleMania 39, Cody went through a difficult 2024 and won the 2025 Royal Rumble, earning himself one last chance to dethrone Roman Reigns and making his father proud.
Which champion will Cody Rhodes choose? I think it's pretty clear.
With these three things in mind, this segment on SmackDown put the WWE world on fire.
I want that title, but not at WrestleMania.
This made absolutely no sense and contradicts pretty much everything Cody Rhodes had said up until this point. The fans saw through what was happening and felt like The Rock was using his power as a director of the board to push himself into the main event of WrestleMania. With that, the Cody movement was born. Twitter was on fire. Cody was trending #1 worldwide. The next night on Raw, people were chanting for Cody Rhodes. Like, it was crazy. I've never seen anything like this in wrestling before. This segment has now become one of the most disliked video. It might actually be the most disliked video in WWE history. And the man in charge, Triple H, had a very difficult decision to make.
What's that? Cody Crybabies. Yeah, that's what they're called.
Okay, all right. Okay, got it. I didn't know the name that was coming.
It was the Cody Crybabies,
Yeah, okay.
and these are grown-ass men. And Cody gotta finish his story. He has to finish his story right now.
That brings us to the pivot at the WrestleMania 40 press conference. The Rock revealed his true colors and turned heel.
And if you think that The Rock and Roman Reigns isn't the biggest main event in the history of WrestleMania, then in simple Rock speak, it doesn't matter what you think.
This right here is bullshit.
If you watch the documentary that the WWE put out explaining this situation, they say that The Rock was the one who came up with the idea of the pivot.
I called Nick and Triple H, and I called Ari. I said, here's how I'm feeling.
And I'm sorry, man, this just smells like cap to me, bro. After watching Triple H on Logan Paul's podcast, it seems to me, as someone who's been deeply ingrained with WWE as the creative lead, he knew from the beginning that this stuff with The Rock was not going to work out. Like, the fans were absolutely not going to go for it. He saw how much people were behind Cody, and he sort of knew that this would happen. But The Rock overpowered him, man. Like, The Rock is above him in terms of creative, in terms of power in WWE.
There was a back and forth?
There was a back and forth for sure.
And why did you land on The Rock kind of pushing Cody to the side? Like, what made you make that decision?
You know, at a certain point in time, you just have to pick a.
It was Dwayne, admit it.
No, you just have to look.
Did you ever expect the response to Rock vs. Reigns to be that one-sided and that loud on social media?
I'll be so honest, for me, I did. But like, this wasn't one of those ones where I was like so adamantly, like I could see both sides.
It looks like Triple H just decided to let The Rock see the disaster he was about to walk into for WrestleMania. With that being said, the WWE fumbled their way into an incredible storyline, generally one of the best ever. So cool in blending reality and kayfabe, and maybe this was the only way we could get something like this, because something like this has to come organically, and it was incredible. One of the reasons it was so good is that we got The Rock playing a heel character. All of his previous returns has been as a face, but this was the first time we got him as a heel, and he was so entertaining, man. So good seeing this version of The Rock. As someone who wasn't watching in 2003, like, I'm glad I got to see this, because it was funny, it was engaging. Like, The Rock, when he's on his game, is one of the best wrestlers, one of the best performers in the world. We got to see him bring back the Hollywood character with the expensive clothes, the bloated ego, him insulting the fans. Like, it was just so funny. Like, I still think of some of the lines he said to this day. Like, they're ingrained into my mind.
Phoenix, Arizona, the #1 city in the country for cocaine and meth use. And The Rock caught them all. You cactus-loving crackheads. You goofy-ass dog, Pharaoh. That's his name? Pharaoh. Hey, Pharaoh. Hey, Pharaoh. Don't call that dog Pharaoh. Call him shithead. No wonder, because they're Superman, their hero. He's not crying, too. You can cry. You can cry. I can't give the belt to Dusty, but I can give it to my mama. I can give it to my mommy. My mommy. Shut the fuck up. Give it to your mommy.
It wasn't all jokes and laughter though, because The Rock had a deep issue with Cody Rhodes. He had a hatred for him since he stole his WrestleMania main event. He would go on to start insulting Cody Rhodes' mom, kind of out of nowhere. Like, I remember the first time he said it, I was like, where is he going with this? But it became like a whole thing as well.
You ain't giving that title, the Universal title, to your mama. That title is going to remain around the waist of Roman Reigns. But here's what's going to happen at WrestleMania. And The Rock wants your mama to have a front row seat. Mama Rhodes, The Rock is talking to you. Yeah, now you're in The Rock's crosshairs.
He also went on to dismantle Cody Rhodes backstage in one of the best Raw segments of 2024. He then used his power as director of the board to create a match at WrestleMania 40 in which Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins would face him and Roman Reigns, with the added stipulation that if Cody and Seth win, the match with Roman the next night will be as clean as a whistle. Bloodline would be barred from ringside. But if Rock and Roman won, it would be Bloodline rules.
It's Bloodline rules. Anything goes.
That brings us to WrestleMania 40 Night 1. The stage was set. This would be The Rock's first official match in over 10 years, and the last one didn't end so well. Apparently he got super injured. It took a while for him to recover. He ended up missing a movie date because of it.
I was in a match. I was wrestling at WrestleMania, and I wound up tearing 2 tendons off my pelvis. I was like, because that's some good pain.
So, yeah, the question going into this match was The Rock going to be able to keep up with these guys who are 10 years younger than him? To my surprise, to the surprise of a lot of people out there, he 100% did. This match was pretty good, and The Rock looked great for pretty much all of it.
Blood on this belt. Your tears are next. Your tears are next.
It ended up with Roman Reigns and The Rock picking up the win, but despite the odds not being in his favor, Cody Rhodes did the impossible, winning the WWE Championship at the main event of WrestleMania Night 2, accomplishing the goal he set out 2 years ago and making his father proud. I actually teared up at this moment, man, of Cody giving his mom the championship. When WWE is on its game, storytelling wise, like, there's nothing else like it, man. This was a really cool moment. Cody got help from a few friends, notably John Cena, which, you know, will factor in later on. The night after WrestleMania is where we start to get a deranged, psychotic version of The Rock.
Is there any way that The Rock can hold that title?
Just a very uncomfortable segment. Like, I find it hard to watch, to be honest.
Don't you ever break my heart again.
The sexual undertones were strong in this one, and it was clear that The Rock was still deeply upset with Cody Rhodes, and he took his family's loss at WrestleMania personally. He then vowed that he'd be back for Cody Rhodes, seeking retribution. That brings us to 2025, the first Raw on Netflix, and The Rock all of a sudden starts glazing Cody. Like, starts showering him with compliments, and it felt like the WWE was throwing that storyline away. As someone who's super invested in it, I was super disappointed coming out of it. I couldn't understand what the WWE was doing. Of course, the next night, The Rock says this:
You can't be nice to Cody! Oh, shut their mouth and enjoy the ride!
And after seeing that, I was like, okay, maybe they have something cooking. I'm not sure how they're gonna pull this off, because it felt like they completely broke kayfabe in that Raw segment. So after WrestleMania 40, The Rock began to try to get in good with Cody Rhodes. He began reconciling their relationship. He began becoming friends with him. Even their moms became friends. On an episode of SmackDown a few weeks later, The Rock, in a manic, cryptic, very weird and odd promo, asked Cody Rhodes to be his champion and demanded his soul.
I want your soul.
Like, what? That was my reaction when I was watching this. Like, what? Your soul? Bro, are you Shang Tsung? Like, I don't... What? Where is wrestling going in 2025? Like, I was super confused coming out of it. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't understand what does that even mean? Looking back at it, knowing what we know now, I think The Rock's execution of that promo was just terrible. Like, I think the content was there, it made sense, but The Rock just didn't tell it in a good way. Like, I don't think he conveyed what he wanted to in that promo. I think it was meant to show the struggle that he's feeling internally. Like, he's trying his best to win over Cody Rhodes. He's trying his best to be a good guy, nice guy Rock, trying to be friendly with him, but he just kept on snapping at the crowd. He was trying to suppress, like, the evil side of The Rock, trying to be good guy Rock. But I don't think The Rock portrayed that the way he wanted to and the way creative wanted to. On the next episode of SmackDown, we finally got an understanding of what The Rock was actually offering Cody Rhodes. Like, what he could give him that Cody Rhodes can't get for himself. Because Cody's already a millionaire, right? Like, I mean, The Rock is a billionaire, whatever, but Cody's already well off. So how could it be even better? So Michael Cole explained that Cody, if he were to accept The Rock's offer, would be able to work the dates that he wants to. He could spend more time with his family, private jets, new car, like, just pretty much everything Cody wants. And all you'd have to do was give The Rock his soul. The WWE is never subtle with their storytelling, bro. Like, The Rock goes on later to have a weight belt that has Cody's soul written on it, and the date was the day his dad died. Like, that's crazy. Like, just insane, bro. The Rock was not subtle at all. He wants Cody to pretty much submit to him. Coming from the standpoint of The Rock is trying to convince Cody, like, why would he do this? But I think the main thing, The Rock wanted Cody to be embarrassed. He wanted Cody to, like, submit to him in a way, right? Because he's still mad about WrestleMania 40. He's still mad about giving up that main event. So this was his way of getting back at him. He wanted Cody to pretty much be his champion. He wanted Cody's soul. Finally, at Elimination Chamber, Cody gave The Rock his answer.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
And the winner of the Chamber, John Cena of all people, took The Rock's offer, becoming his champion and turning heel for the first time in his career. Like, such an interesting storyline. I'm so curious of where they go from here. I talked about this earlier. I talked about this in a video I dropped the other day, and yeah, I'm super excited to see where they go with this next. Heel Cena is something we've never seen before, and it sounds like he's really excited to do it because I mean he's never done this type of character before. So yeah, curious to see where we go from here. New heel theme, new heel merch. Is it gonna be instead of never give up, it's like give up now? I'm curious to see what type of merch is rocking, and instead of like super colorful stuff, it's all black, it's all gray. I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes, and yeah, the WWE hooked me back in, man. They've done it, man. I'm actually back to being invested. So let me know what you guys think about all of this. What do you guys think of this version of The Rock, the final boss? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.